Hello, Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This message applies if you are a Gemini, Gemini rising, Gemini moon, Gemini north node. I've been meditating on your energy, and the first thing that came to me was this feeling of processing everything to through my brain. It like instantly pulled me out of my heart space, which is where I tend to vibe these days. Straight into the brain and wanting to understand. Wanting to understand my place in the world, and wanting validation through external circumstances, to give myself value. It's a very air sign thing, to feel like somehow you weren't given what you needed to get a head start in life, and there's a little bit of resentment in that, but I don't want you to miss the point of it all, because while that may be true, maybe you didn't get the head start that other people had, but the reason is so that you can really understand what gratitude is and what value of self means, and to be able to value yourself, despite your circumstances, despite what you have, what you don't have, what people say about you, what they don't say about you. It's like to find your center and your self-worth despite your circumstances. And ultimately, it's a beautiful gift, because once you do that, you really clear any roadblocks that have been in the way, into your abundance. And a little bit of humility is needed, a little bit of grounding, a little bit of connection to the ocean, to kind of pull you out of your headspace and sort of drop you into your body, and into your heart, and open you up to receive. I felt that really strongly. I also felt the solar plexus chakra needs some balancing. There's sound baths on YouTube that you can do. There's different meditations that you can do to help balance your chakras in general, but the solar plexus, there's like a need to understand that your value is because you are a divine human on this planet, and not because you've achieved certain things and you're able to, purchase the life that you want. So it's kind of redefining, your value with self-worth and money. That's kind of what came through intuitively. The other thing that came through was like a connection. It's like you're longing for your counterpart. There's like a longing for that. I'm just hearing something. It's really the divine that you're seeking. It's divine love, divine contentment, that nourishment, that fulfillment of the heart. But for you, your way to connect with that is through another person, generally, that can mirror that to you. where you can share connection and love. So there's a bit of a longing to sort of find your twin. And I think that's probably true for Geminis in general throughout their lifetime. But right now I felt like either you're very close to meeting that person, or you're in the spirit of like everything's being mirrored to you right now so that you can really find the path that is for you, is meant for you, that allows you to be in your heart and not seeking self-worth in material things. But what's beautiful is that material abundance is yours once you do find that fulfillment in your heart. Okay. Wow, that was so beautiful. Okay, so I've just pulled some tarot just to see what a little bit of the story behind that. Okay, so you are definitely going through a transformation. You're definitely going through a rebirth. It's like all the things that you thought were true about yourself, about your life, about the people around you, none of it seems right anymore. There's like I'm getting this feeling though that like, yeah, I'm getting this feeling that like you're the one who's kind of like burning bridges right now, or like taking down the things that were established that you were trying to follow to kind of become successful, like the rules that are in place in the matrix for you to follow a path of success. It's like, in a way, it's like you're taking all of that down. It's like you don't, it's like you're standing in your power and you're saying, you know what, I don't want to follow what's in place. I want to do it my way. And it's like you got this like sudden inspiration, this sudden like idea or like a new opportunity that's like igniting your passion again. And so because of that, it's like you're bringing down everything that you'd built before. You're like kind of burning it down, and there's like there's this feeling of burning, like you've had it, like you've decided that you want to nurture this new passion of yours, and in order to do that, it's like you're going to have to change your life, change the structures, and start over. But before you actually do that, there's a call for you. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, no, this way. There you go. Hermit. Before you start your new adventure, this new passion, it looks like you've decided what that is. It doesn't look like you're in discovery mode, and that's kind of why you're like burning everything down to start new. But there is, and I think this came through intuitively as well before I started reading the tarot. There's a need for you to go inward and be in hermit mode and be in that cave that you know so well, because you kind of retract to that when you need to. So it doesn't feel like you're being forced into that situation. It feels like more of like your tendency, right? Like, okay, you took it all down, you quit that job, or you ended that relationship, or you told someone what you really thought, or you decided to break all the rules, like whatever it is that's transpiring right now. It's like, okay, now you're gathering your things and you're saying, okay, I need time for myself. It's not specifically that you're lonely. It's like, you know that you need to kind of commune with self in order to gather the strength to start over. So I definitely see that happening. But once you do that, you're on your way. You're starting a whole new path, a whole new journey from the very beginning. And you're taking that leap of faith and you're jumping, and you're going to be successful. You're going to create the life that you want. You're going to manifest what it is that you have in mind now. So, yeah, this time is really about you centering yourself and fulfilling your heart. And you have to understand that, like, you know, as a Gemini, it's like you want to create the material abundance, not because you're greedy or like you're just obsessed with money or you're money hungry or anything like that. It's because for you, it's like an avenue to actually feel respected and honored, and like you bring value to the table, right? It's not necessarily from a bad place, but you have to understand that that's not going to give you your self-worth. And I think that's what you're taking the time out to realize. So really be kind to yourself, nurture yourself, go through these painful feelings of, you know, things dying off in your life because it's what you wanted. And, you know, you might have to rethink a lot of things. You know, there might be a lot of things that you've built up over the past year or 2 years or 3 years that you're going to take down now. So just have that self-love. Do some childhood healing, you know, so that you can feel that value of self regardless of your financial circumstances. And then everything is just going to unfold. Spirit, please give me a card for Fool. This is really beautiful. Yeah, when you take that leap of faith, when you gather your strength and start again, you are going to be so happy. You're going to be in that strength and that celebration of who you are. It's really beautiful. Just make sure that whatever it is you're wanting to manifest will come into fruition. So just make sure that it's not about the material abundance, that it's really something that's going to fill your heart. That's the only little warning that I'm seeing, is like, make sure that it's something that you're going to wake up every day and love to do. Yeah. So beautiful. So when you get into the space of, like, when you take that leap of faith and you start to put your intentions and you start to actually do the things that you want to do to create the life that you want, don't fall into the trap of stagnant energy. Don't allow it to happen. Like, when you're at that phase, like right now, you're going to be in hermit mode. Like, it's a time to really regroup and take a pause, right? And we talked about that. But once you're in go mode, do not get stagnant. Do not rethink or try to find a flaw in your plan. Like, just keep moving forward. Because there is that sort of tendency of like self-doubt. That's why it's really important to do solar plexus, chakra meditations. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like you're going to stop at a certain point. When you're in go mode, it's like you're going to slow down a bit to kind of rethink and to rebalance things, which is okay. But just don't stop. Like, it's okay to like take time out and balance your energies, but you have to keep going. That's going to be like the challenge, right? It's like when when we get like super passionate about something and obsessed with bringing it to fruition, there's a certain point where it's like, it's not that fun anymore. It's like, okay, I got used to this idea. I've been fascinated about it. The more I talk about it, the more it feels real. And then it just starts to kind of like die down a bit. So I'm just getting this energy of like, when you're in that stagnant period, keep going. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a long journey, okay? I'm surprised the star card hasn't come out yet. This is going to be a process. And I think you're in it for the long run, so I'm not like scaring you away by saying that. This is going to be a long process because it's going to be incredible in the end. But you're going to have to like find a balance between moving forward consistently, take the dedication, make the commitments, put in the work, put in the efforts, but at the same time to not lose yourself in it and make sure that you stay aligned in who you are as a person and not lose that. And I would say even more than not lose it, like build it up, gather your strength, do what it is that you need to do that makes you feel good, whether it's people or music or foods or whatever it is that like just makes you so happy. Make sure you're doing that stuff as well, so that you don't get to a point where you're just like, this really sucks and this is just exhausting, right? I think that's really the point, is like, I don't want you to get exhausted in it. So you're going to have to like find your life force and consistently work hard. This isn't going to be like a next day thing, but that's a good thing because that means it's really going to last. You're making an entire change to your whole life. You know what I mean? Like the types of changes that we want, like the positive changes, they're for the next 30 years, right? So you got to pace yourself and make sure that your heart, your emotions, your passions, all of that is being fulfilled as well. And not just like, you're not just creating this plan for success. It's because it makes you happy. Spirit, what does Gemini need to get to their goal? Peace, fulfillment, experience. It's time. It's going to take time. You're going to have to put in the time to gain the experience. But you're going to get it. You might have to travel as well. Like you might have to see the world, meet different people, see different life perspectives, right? That's a really important part of like manifesting your dreams is, seeing how other people live their lives, seeing what makes people tick, like understanding the human condition, right? It's like such an important part when you want to create something that you want to sell to the whole world, or a certain way you want to market yourself, right? It's like, it's so important to like understand people and society, right? So there's a lot of that experience that's needed, but you're going to have it. Spirit, what does Gemini need to be aware of in the environment when manifesting their dreams? Beautiful. Okay, so you have to stay authentic. You can't live in duality. You can't live one thing at work and one thing at home. It's like you have to create a rounded experience of what you're doing. You have to like fully integrate into it. And you have to keep your vibration high. You know, try not to like gossip or have secrets, or you know, it's about staying lit and heart-centered. But it's also about following your intuition. Your intuition's going to tell you what's coming up next and what you need to focus on. This is your card, Gemini. I asked Spirit, what's the outcome of this? The outcome is you. And ultimately love. It's like everything that you're creating is going to lead you to your counterpart, and it's going to lead you to also, I think I would say first, it's going to lead you to finding yourself, finding who you really are. I think that's really what this path is about, is like discovering who you are in its entirety. And once you get to that point, it's like, of course, you're going to manifest the person that you're meant to be with in your life. It's so beautiful. And I would say even more than your counterpart, I would say like the loneliness that you feel at times, like when you get to this point in your life, you're going to really attract loving relationships, like not just partnership, but like friends and colleagues, and, you know, kind of have that social experience that's so important for you. Wow. I really, I really was not expecting to go through an entire like hero's journey. It's so beautiful. I didn't realize that you were in such a like life-changing time. Yeah. Okay. Adventure. There's like more exploration that's needed. There's healing that's needed. I mentioned childhood healing. There's something about childhood. Yeah. Yeah. And once you do that, you're going to really start to manifest things. And like I said before, the most important thing is the perseverance. Like, keep moving. Don't stop. You know, no matter, even if you start to feel like you're tired or like things don't make sense anymore, like fine, regroup, get your emotions balanced, but don't actually stop. Keep moving forward. Okay. Where did okay, here it is. Just want to pull like a couple of oracles. I really have a strong sense of what you're going through and like what this is about, but just for fun, let's see. You got bat. I'm so not surprised. The bat is really like, it's really like a unique creature because obviously it lives at night. It can see at night. It lives in darkness basically. So this is all about your rebirth, obviously, because the whole reading started with the tower, which I don't know if I showed you that, but the bat is essentially about letting go and parts of you dying so that a new version of you can emerge. And one of the main things to keep in mind with the bat is like its ability to adapt and adjust. So like I said, when you start to feel overwhelmed and exhausted, it's like keep going, keep doing things in a different way, try to get new perspectives, travel, experience new things, put yourself out there, do things that sound crazy even, because all of it is going to be a part of your journey to creating this whole new life. So yeah, there's definitely like, there's an ending of a chapter. And the bat is telling you like, you're right. This is an end of a chapter. It's time for you to move forward. Which I think you already know. So this is just kind of like reiterating what came through. But I think the main thing to keep in mind, Gemini, is you have a tendency to reminisce and ruminate on the past. And what happens is like, it keeps you stagnant. You can't move forward. You can't do anything about the past. So it's like you get stuck in this like vortex of energy that's like just not moving, and you can spend years there. So it's just like really important for you to do the healing work, to let all that stuff go so that you can actually move forward and start this journey of your new life. Okay, and then something really beautiful that came through is like, it's really important for you to watch the sunrise. And I think it's more than just about the sun itself and like how the sun heals us. The energy of the sun is so healing and it's something that you need. But I think it's also wanting you to start your day early. Get the bulk of the work done, of what you're trying to create. Do it in the morning. It's going to be really good for you because then you can spend the later parts of the evening having fun, resting, searching, filling your heart, getting new experiences. It's like they want you to maximize your day. How beautiful. Okay, so there's an energy. Spirit wants you to know that you're safe in this whole process. You're completely going to be taken care of and carried. So no fears, only trust. I love you so much. Thank you for watching this reading. Thank you for being a part of my channel. I hope you got something out of it. I love you.